Since Europeans first settled on the North American continent in permanent settlements in the 16th century, there has been talk of prior explorers of the New World, as they called it. Some believed these explorers to be ancient Israelites, men and women exiled from Israel thousands of years ago who found a new home on the continent. Others thought Celts, the native peoples of Gaul, Britain, and much of Europe. Descendants of Heracles found their way to North America in the distant past. And some thought the Norse came during the Viking Age. As it would turn out, the Norse did come, settling in Newfoundland around 1000 AD and exploring what is today the eastern coast of Canada. But did others come before them? Most historians say no. However, there is startling evidence to suggest the opposite is in fact true, and they know it. In 1909, G.E. Kincaid, a researcher working for the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., sailed down the Colorado River on a solo boat ride in search of Native American artifacts. He sailed down the Grand Canyon and stopped for a break, only to notice a large cave close to where he rested 42 miles upstream from El Tovar Cave. Intrigued, Kincaid decided to explore the cave, both to pass the time and to see if anything of value could be found. What he found, though, was anything but simple arrowheads or beadwork. Instead, Kincaid stumbled upon an underground network of tunnels expertly carved out of the rock. There were hundreds of chambers containing metal tools, golden cups, iron weapons, beds, granaries, all evidence of a foreign culture who resided here, an entire community. In all, it was likely 50,000 people lived there at one point in the distant past. What was even more striking to Kincaid was the discovery of mummified human remains and hieroglyphics along the rock walls, depicting symbols only ever found in ancient Egypt. In another chamber, the researcher found a large statue resembling the Buddha, evidence that not only Egyptians once occupied these tunnels, but Asians of some unknown ethnicity. Kincaid well knew this find completely rewrote the histories of the American continent as anyone knew it. He made notes and quickly left to return to the nation's capital to report his findings. His bosses, making out that they were thrilled by the discovery, sent Kincaid back with another researcher, Say Jordan, to document the site further, which the two dutifully did. After this, the Smithsonian moved in with force, clearing out the cave of all valuables, locking them safely away in boxes in their vaults, and took Kincaid's and Jordan's notes as well for good measure, the two men never seeing them again. Not only this, but the Smithsonian went on to deny any discovery had been made at all, ignoring Kincaid's very expedition down the Colorado River. And to this day, it remains adamant the whole thing is a hoax, even going so far as to claim G.E. Kincaid never existed as a flesh and blood person. But, as much as they claim this is the case, the section where Kincaid's cave was found is closed to the public. To enter without a permit, which you can never obtain to begin with, is punishable by prison time. Not only this, but even airspace is restricted around this same area, none allowed near it. These strange laws leave one to wonder if the story of G.E. Kincaid isn't true after all, and the U.S. government knows this all too well, but, for whatever reason, chooses to hide the truth. I personally believe this story to be fact, but I'll leave it up to you to decide.